Let's get it on! And welcome to another edition of Off the Ropes with John and Josh. Special edition!
Special edition!
Look, if I put my hand like this, I block Josh's face.
You're a jerk.
So today we are going to review the Elimination Chamber and Raw that followed. I mean, you guys seem to like it when we do these, more than you like our actual episodes. I don't get it. But whatever. So, on the Elimination Chamber, we had an awesome pre-show. It was Brodus Clay and Tensai taking on
Rhodes Scholars.
I thought those guys broke up.
Exactly. Why they're continuing to team, I'm really not sure, but whatever.
Well, it did see the win over. I mean, Brodus and Tensai won. You got the Hip Hop Hippo and the Funkasaurus.
Hip Hop Hippo. Wow. It's Albert at his finest.
Yeah, well, you know. And then, match one, we saw Alberto Del Rio versus the Big Show for the World Heavyweight Championship.
It was a pretty good match. I mean,
it was a decent match.
I feel like, like you were saying earlier, could have been
better. At TLC, we got to see a great match between the two. Mm-hmm. At Rumble, we got to see a little bit more of an exciting thing. Of course, it's going to get a little bit more basic because now you're in a basic match where nothing can really happen. Mm-hmm. It's a disqualifications are there. You can't get DQ'd. I get it. Push your boundaries, though. Give us something a little bit more exciting. This storyline is getting tiresome, and I'm getting tired of it already. Let Ziggler take the title. But I digress. Josh and I talked about it. 2.5 boots.
2.5. I mean, impress us a little bit more, and maybe we'll give you a little bit more boots. Just saying.
I'd give you a boot right in your face. Match 2 saw Antonio Cesaro taking on The Miz. It was a pretty good match back and forth between the two of them. Mm-hmm. Ended with Antonio Cesaro taking a massive ball shot from The Miz.
Yeah, it was, Miz got tripped, I mean, whatever.
It looked really good.
The balls.
It really did, too. Like, it hit him, right on that line between the groin/ball region.
And then The Miz gets so mad that he just
straight up, boom!
Right in the ball.
And I was all like, glad that wasn't me. Thank you, Matt Hardy. So after Josh and I talked about it, we agreed 3.5 boots.
Yeah, it was decent. I think that these two guys could have a decent little feud going on.
No, why don't you talk about match 3? Because this was an interesting point in the night.
Match number 3 saw the 6-man Elimination Chamber match, which included Chris Jericho, Daniel Bryan, Kane, Mark Henry, Randy Orton, and the winner...
We the people!
Jack Swagger.
We the people!
Now, this match was actually, I feel like it was done really well.
We the people!
There was some really good spots, good action. I really enjoyed it.
Warren got put through a pod?
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because he was talking about the last time that had happened, and then boom, it happened.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you should just ask for things more often. I'm just saying.
I want a big-titted chick to walk right through my front door. I wish Buffy were here.
But that ending, though, kind of made it. Because I was not expecting Jack Swagger to win.
He came out of nowhere to just scoop Orton down. Ref was in the right place at the right time. 1, 2, 3. Jack Swagger and We the People get a blessing.
Yeah, they a shot at the title at WrestleMania, but.
Well, no, we'll cover that after the Raw.
You want to talk about that during Raw? Okay.
Now, I think the Elimination Chamber match was great. Mm-hmm. Josh and I agreed. 4.5 boots.
4.5 boots.
Because that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Now, the next match, however, I don't give a crap what anybody else in the world says right now. I believe in what they're doing with the Shield. The Shield are working as this coincidental unit that they're dominating. And
this is what I say. If you don't believe in the Shield, then you don't believe in justice.
That sounds like something WWE would say.
Maybe it is.
Maybe. So it saw the Shield taking on John Cena, Sheamus, and Ryback, which I like to call Team All-Star. Or the Justice League of the WWE.
Yeah, it happens.
Now, it was a really funny thing because it was a great match.
It was really good. Everything that I've seen from the Shield so far has been phenomenal.
They're doing frequent tags. They're making sure that they're really utilizing that 5 count.
And as heels, they They really, step that line of, when the ref's back is turned, they do their thing. But they never get caught.
Nope. Nope.
It's really...
In the ending of the match, saw Ryback pick up Seth Rollins for the shell shock, and Roman Reigns came out of nowhere with a huge spear.
The 6 spear.
Yeah, and Seth Rollins went right on top of Ryback, and the ref went 1, 2, 3, and Cena's like, I don't get my spot to be like, the champion! The champ is here! Here we go, run to the ring with me! Ah! Screw you, Cena, you suck. But Josh and I agreed, 5 boots! Ghost Shield! Screw John Cena! Punch him in the face for me!
Alright then. Then on to match number 6.
Nope, 5.
5, sorry.
5.
Match number
We saw
5.
an impromptu match between Dolph Ziggler and the Boom Man himself. Boom! Boom! Boom!
That's right.
Kofi Kingston. Now, Kofi Kingston's been on a little bit of a downward spiral lately.
Unfortunately.
He got a tattooed on his back. WWE isn't happy, and therefore deciding to bury one of their good talents. Now, his tattoo is obviously pretty recent because he didn't have it at Rumble, and it's only been a month since Rumble. So WWE was like, "Screw you! We're gonna put you in a match with Dolph Ziggler. You guys have got like 4 minutes. Go." Excuse me. Ooh. Dolph Ziggler buried his ass, and then after Dolph Ziggler buried his ass, Big E Langston got in the ring and beat him up even more. Go Big E. Big E. No.
Just stop stealing his gimmick. Just saying.
No
more CJ Pressman.
Yeah, no more CJ Pressman. You black bastard.
That might be racist.
No, I don't think that's racist. I'm just stating the fact
Is that colorist?
I think that might be colorist.
Are you a tracer?
I'm not a tracer.
You're a fucking tracer.
I'm not a fucking tracer. You watch yourself.
He's a fucking tracer.
We gave that match, though, 3.5 boots.
3.5 boots. I mean, I love what Ziggler does.
Yeah.
And I feel like, though, it would have gotten a higher rating if it had been a little longer and had a little bit more spots, because both those guys can work.
It's the same thing I said about your penis. If it had just been a little bit longer. On to match number
Why
6.
he's talking about that, I do not know.
On to match number 6. Saw Caitlyn, the Divas Champ, taking on Tamina Snuka.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even know who she is. I'm kidding. I obviously know that's Jimmy Snuka's daughter. It was a great title match. We gave it a 4 boots, due to the fact that it was actually a solid Divas match. And then
it was only 3 minutes, but you saw some good
back
talent
and forth
from the two.
Tamina went for a really great body splash. I mean, it was really good.
Yeah,
How sad is it, though, that the Divas title match better than the World Heavyweight title match?
That is pretty sad. And the World Heavyweight title match was like 4 times as long.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
And then we saw the main event. It was The Rock taking on CM Punk in the rematch from Rumble. And I gotta say, this match was a lot better than Rumble's was.
Absolutely.
We got to see a lot better of action. You got to see The Rock be all like, "Oh, peace sign!"
I have to say that the ending was way better
Yes.
than Rumble's ending.
I do agree with that. So therefore, Josh and I instantly said 5 boots.
5 boots.
It was
Keep
well
up
done.
the good work on it. I prefer, honestly, to see Rock and CM Punk at WrestleMania. See if maybe CM Punk can finally get the job done. I don't know. But it'll probably end up either being Rock, Cena 2, or a triple threat match.
I really want the triple threat match. But that brings us up to Raw. Raw opened up with John Cena coming to the ring, doing his stupid little watch me run down, follow me, let's go. Gets up in the ring and cuts a nice little promo. And who is he interrupted by? By none other than the best in the world himself, CM Punk.
And they had some good back and forth between them.
It was a really great promo between the two of them.
I think the two of them do work really well off each other. I really think the 3 of them, included with The Rock included,
I agree.
could really work really good 3-way promos off of one another. And hopefully a good match. I mean, we'll see.
Well,
Maybe it'll happen. Never know.
This little promo set up for next week, John Cena versus CM Punk, with the WrestleMania main event on the line.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I personally say something's going to happen in that match, and it's going to end up being the triple threat match. This is my call. But either way, I'm excited to see what happens at WrestleMania.
Absolutely.
Which brings us up into Sheamus, Ryback, and Chris Jericho backstage, and asking for a match against The Shield. Because Jericho said, he's fought the NWO, he's fought the Nexus, he's fought the Core, and it's time to take groups like this out for good. So, they got their match. Vicky Guerrero granted it. But not before the first match of the night, seeing Mark Henry taking on Sin Cara.
Now, I understand that Mark Henry's on this rampage.
Yep.
Every time he comes back as a heel, he rampages through
Yep.
the low-name stars. This is what he does, and I get it.
Yeah,
okay.
but it's weird,
Shows
though,
are powerful.
because it was a very short match.
Yeah.
It was squash. I mean, he squashed him.
He totally did.
And then Khali comes out. And now, I don't know about you, but I feel that not only does he mock him, but I think that might have been his shoot. Because he was all like...
Yeah.
And like he was really being a dick.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until normal Mark Henry, I'm strongest man. It was like, all you are is nothing but... And like, he makes a comment, too. He goes, yeah, go ahead and dance. That's all you're good for anyway. Mm-hmm. So I think that this might be like a little bit of a heated backstage thing that's gonna let shine a little bit by WWE.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, Mark Henry, there's been plenty of times where he's been made a joke.
That's true.
And then you have this colleague, this other big guy, the great colleague, comes out and does stuff. And I feel like he thinks he's maybe just on his turf.
Yeah. So
Vicky
approves the match, and then we get to see match 2 for the night, which was The Miz versus Antonio Cesaro in a no disqualifications match because of what happened at Elimination Chamber. Mm-hmm. Now, this match by far trumped their match at Elimination Chamber, in my opinion. Absolutely. It was a lot more better pace. Both men worked really well together. Antonio Cesaro, I feel bad for him because he took a really great shot into the steps.
Yeah.
Let's see. You've got a couple of great notes down here. The freaking chair.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So they set a chair up and I'm anticipating a drop hold into the chair. And I'm expecting his face first into the seat of the chair. And no, he goes straight into the back of the chair and the chair goes...
It just like explodes, the legs pop off to the side, it's all...
Now, let me tell you, I have been bounced off plenty of chairs wrestling this guy. Never, ever have I anticipated hitting a chair like that. But I got to say, props to Antonio Cesaro. Mm-hmm. And congratulations on... Wait, he did win, right?
No, Miz won.
Oh, Miz won? Oh, yeah.
Via the figure 4 leg lock.
Man, Miz, you are not Ric Flair. You're awesome! But you're not the Nature Boy.
Yeah, well, someone's got to take over.
Which would bring us into a promo with Zeb Coulter and Jack Swagger. Now,
their video from YouTube on immigration.
Yep. Now, a lot of people aren't aware that the 2 flags that were hanging behind Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter, the Don't Tread on Me flag, or no, sorry, it's one flag. Mm-hmm. The Don't Tread on Me flag is the original flag of the United States of America. Before the circle, before the 50 stars, that's what we represented. Now, nowadays it is a huge... It was
very short-lived.
It is. It was.
Very, very short-lived.
And it is a very huge sign of segregation, a huge sign of disrespect and racism now. So for them to really be using this flag and pushing this, I'm interested to see what's going to happen.
This kind of stuff really reminds me of the Attitude Era. And it's like they're talking about how, they're still in the PG era technically. Because the shows are still PG.
We, the people.
But if they're running things like this, they have The Rock on there who's throwing...
We, the people.
Who's throwing swear words out there all the time.
That's true.
How long before they go back to TV-14?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. And I'm excited for a return to PG for TV-14. PG, whatever.
TV-14.
I mean...
And apparently... There's been a lot of criticism about this whole Jack Swagger Zeb Coulter thing. Because even the conservative Fox News has went on record.
Yes.
And,
well, it doesn't help when WWE is pushing their commentators to be like, "Oh, Jack Swagger's getting a lot of fan mail for Rush Limbaugh, and this guy, and that guy." What are you doing? Are you trying to get yourselves fined? Are you really trying to find out where your boundaries lie?
I think that's what they're doing.
I mean, in all honesty, and I think this is a great time to talk about what happened with Jack Swagger Tuesday night.
Absolutely.
Tuesday night, Jack Swagger was arrested.
He was pulled over for speeding initially, and he was driving under the influence, and then they also found marijuana in his car.
Weed the people.
Yeah. So he got arrested for possession, DUI, and speeding. Now, according to WWE's wellness policy, one of 2 things could happen to him.
Yeah, he could get fined.
He could get fined for just violating the wellness policy, Because marijuana is not a suspensionable offense like steroids are. It's a $2,500 fine, which to most of us that's a lot of money. But I'm sure they get paid enough. But if they really wanted to crack down on this,
he could be terminated from his contract.
Because a possession charge, it can be an automatic termination from the company.
No, for many of you who are paying attention to what we just said, Jack Swagger is going against Del Rio in the main event of WrestleMania as the World Heavyweight Championship match. Now, WWE has a lot of... They're in a tough spot right now. What do you do? Do you fine him and make it look like, oh, well, we don't really give a shit about a possession charge? Or do you fire him
and scrap all the storyline that you had and come up with something on the
because now you can't replace an Elimination Chamber match that just happened. Now, here's my idea for WWE, and you're going to see it here first. What I think needs to happen, you let him have his match. You fine him, but you up the fine amount, so it really sticks to him. Because in all honesty, he earned this, and he's really been impressive for the last few weeks. But let him go on to Mania. And you don't even let him win. You let him get that, second win, where he gets, the win right at the very, very end, but only for 10 seconds. To where Biggie Langston comes out of nowhere and just takes him out, and then takes out Alberto Del Rio, and then Dolph Ziggler comes in, jumps up, zigzag, cashes in Money in the Bank, Dolph Ziggler, new World Heavyweight Champion. It's what the fans want.
And I'll be honest with you, that'd be worth my $60.
That's what I'm saying. Dolph Ziggler, actually, aren't we there anyway? We are, okay? We're going to skip the Orton, Colin Kane, Barney the Dinosaur.
And the really kind of odd promo between Vicky and Paul Heyman, which is weird. But
Ziggler versus Alberto Del Rio on Raw was a great match. It saw back and forth. It saw...
Why did you mention that?
It was a great match. But what I want to know is, and Josh wants me to point this out, why did Alberto Del Rio trade in multi-$1,000 sports cars for a goddamn metal bucket? We gonna have Tommy Dreamer come out, puke in it, and then drink it? Is Jeff Hardy gonna run out the back and drop kick him into a pile of puke? Because in all honesty, those sports cars were freaking phenomenal. Mm-hmm. That was something that set him aside from every other wrestler. Now he comes out, does his best immigration Bret Hart impression, and he gets in the ring and I fell asleep, honestly, during the Ziggler and Del Rio match. Just in time to wake up and be like, oh my god, Dolph Ziggler almost won. And then what happens? He goes to cash in his Money in the Bank, and then Ricardo Rodriguez is like, look at me run from immigration! I got the briefcase! Ah! And then he drops it, and then when AJ finally gets it and gets it back to the ring and goes to hand it to Zigman, he turns around and kicks to the head.
Now, if not for Ricardo, we would have a new World Heavyweight.
Yeah, we would.
Flat out, there was no way that Alberto would have been able to kick out. There's no way. There's no way. Because I gotta say, Big E, you know what I'd like to see? Here'd be an interesting match. Probably way down the road. Big E Langston versus Roman Reigns.
That would be interesting.
Let us know what you think. Big E Langston, Roman Reigns. Yeah. All right.
Well, we got to see an in-ring promo from Wade Barrett.
It wasn't really much of anything. He promoted his new movie, Dead Man Down, showed a trailer for it.
Which he was in.
No, he was in it. You see him a couple of times, running past the camera. I was specifically looking for him. And you could see him a couple of times, but not a clear shot.
And then Sheamus pops up on the Titantron and pretty much cuts off all glory he had by going, you're not even in the movie that much. The movie's not about you.
Yeah.
And then Wade Barrett's like, you took my moment! You took my moment! So I think we might see a Wade Barrett Sheamus 2.
And it's like, does this mean that Sheamus is going to be going for the Intercontinental Championship? I mean, wasn't he just recently a World Heavyweight Champion?
I was just saying, and this is the thing, is it's kind of like the cycle goes, here you are at the World Heavyweight Championship reign, you're going to come down, back around, and you're going to work your way back up through everybody. Yeah. D-Bry, World Heavyweight Champion, bumped down, Tag Team Champion.
The Miz, WWE Champion, United States feud going on.
And former Intercontinental Champion. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on.
And he kind of worked backwards, and then he's going to go back up. I don't know.
Now, here's my question, okay? Sheamus, Ryback, Cena, Jericho. 4 men who have been...
And Orton.
Oh, and Orton. 5. Why does this feel familiar?
But all been involved with the Shield.
Now, Cena, possible main event at WrestleMania. Ryback, Not really announced yet. Sheamus, who knows? Orton, Kane, probably. Or Kane, D-Bry. Doesn't matter. What is the Shield doing at WrestleMania? Mm-hmm. Are they going to get involved in the Rock match?
I don't know, but that could be interesting. Especially if it's a triple threat match. If it's a triple threat match, I'd love to see the Shield just come out and try and take them out.
I agree.
And have them actually get put in their place for the first time by the three of them.
Well, match 4 saw Brodus Clay, Tensai, and Naomi taking on Primo, Epico, and Rosa. Who the hell knew Rosa Mendez could wrestle?
And Naomi.
Well, not Naomi. Wasn't she the one that was on NXT?
And she was one of them. Yeah, I think she was the
NXT. So people knew she could at least do something.
But you never see anything
That's
from
true.
her. Rosa, you used to see stuff.
That's true.
Naomi, this is one of the first few times. Like, it's rare to see the Funkadactyls actually get some in-ring time. And I thought that was she's really good. I really think she's got some stuff going on.
I thought the match was really interesting. What I thought was even better, though, was the ending. They set up for a double body splash, Brodus and Tensai. And right as Tensai goes to hit the rope, he goes, "Somebody call your mama!" Hits the rope, comes in, and boom! I was like, really? Somebody call your mama? Somebody call both their mamas to tell them that their talent sucks.
Though they do work well together.
They really do, okay? But we're digressing. And then there was a State of the Union address from Zeb Coulter and Jack Swagger, which was very racist. They really target on Del Rio.
Yeah.
And they pretty much
blame the immigrants for the state that the country's in.
I blame immigrants for the way WWE is currently. Rey Mysterio ruined the World Heavyweight title picture. Eddie Guerrero stole a win over Kurt Angle, the All-American American of that era. And now we've got freaking Alberto Del Rio, who has a fancy sports car collection. I don't.
And a bucket.
Oh, and a bucket. With the freaking Mexican flag on it. Impress me, dude. Do something new. Screw you.
Well, he did something new. He brought a bucket out.
Oh, that's true.
That was new.
And then we got to see Jack Swagger take on D-Bry.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was pretty good. But he slammed, okay, funny part of the match. Swagger,
I did not catch that.
You didn't catch this?
I did not catch that.
Swagger slams D-Bry into the barricade. And if you're paying attention, you hear somebody yell, I assume they're from the crowd, yell, "We just repaired that!" Because it was the same one that got destroyed at Elimination Chamber.
That's pretty
Well, the same side, obviously different.
Oh, interesting disqualification, or interesting question brought up. Has Coulter brainwashed Swagger?
Yeah, it was something that the commentators had said, is that what this is? Has Jack Swagger been brainwashed into all this by this Zeb Coulter character?
Yeah.
I think that could be an interesting way to go.
That could be, I mean...
for a storyline.
In all honesty,
if they keep this going...
I don't think he's been brainwashed per se. I think what they're going to do with this gimmick is that Kurt Angle was the All-American American of his era. He was the Olympic gold medalist who came to WWF to show what he could do. Well, Jack Swagger's the American who, he's the hardworking guy. And he's really showing it because he doesn't just get shit given to him. He's working his ass off to get what he's got given to him. And then what does he do? To really show you how American he is, he enjoys a good joint.
Yeah, Every true American enjoys a good smoke once in a while.
Well, Vicky and Paul Heyman come out to the ring. They have a little promo between themselves. Vicky announces that she's got something special for Paul. Now,
well, what she decides to announce is that she now has a new assistant for herself, and it is
none other than the Brad Maddox Experience. I like that name for him.
Yeah?
I'm going to call him that now.
Okay.
The Brad Maddox. BME.
BME. Best moonsault ever? But yes, Brad Maddox is now Vicky's assistant. Or, as Brad Maddox puts it, he is the assistant managing supervisor. But Vicky says that he is the assistant to the managing supervisor. Whatever. I don't really care.
And then Vince comes up on the Titantron and gets in Paul's face.
And says that is not his surprise.
Nope. The surprise is the fact that Vince McMahon will be on Raw next week, and he's going to fight Paul Heyman.
Mm-hmm. 2 weeks out of hip surgery, and he's going to have a fight.
My call on this, my take, you're going to see the return of Brock Lesnar next week. And right as Brock Lesnar has Vince McMahon in a corner, and his fist is up, you're going to hear one thing.
It's all about the game.
And he's going to come down and save his father-in-law, and that's going to set up for Brock Lesnar, Triple H.
And WrestleMania. I think that would be a great way to go about all
Yes. Because all Triple H has to do is one thing. Runs down, there's no promo, fist, boom, pedigree. Or as he goes to pedigree, Lesnar powders out and Triple H goes, WrestleMania sign. Because you guys can't see that. That's the WrestleMania sign up there. Mm-hmm. Not that I have one hanging in my goddamn house, but yeah, it's the WrestleMania sign up there.
It could very well be a WrestleMania.
No, that's a Phoenix.
But it could have been a WrestleMania.
It could have been. So which brings us up to Chris Jericho, Ryback, and Sheamus taking on the Shield.
Which actually, another great
that was
Shield
funny.
match.
Dean Ambrose got a fucking bro kick while he's on the side of the he's on the ring apron, and Sheamus is like boom, and he goes.
He sold that thing like it was his job. It is his job.
Yeah.
But he sold it like crazy, man. It
No,
was awesome.
It's really cool because you've got a brawler, a powerhouse, and a high flyer. They make a great
Combination.
Yeah,
it's like a perfect combination.
And again, you got to see their quick tags. You got to see them pushing their 5 counts. You really got to see them just work hard. Mm-hmm. So it was a really great match, and you got to see a quick upset win again, where they just picked up a win and nobody saw it coming. Mm-hmm. You got to see Kofi taking on Damian Sandow. Now, again, I'd fallen asleep during the whole.
Though personally, I liked this match. I mean, it wasn't... Okay, technically it wasn't a match.
I was going to say, the match never even got started.
The bell never rang. Sandow was beating a little bit of Jesus, but I actually kind of enjoyed the brawl. It was interesting, because you don't tend to see that very often.
That's true. It did, however, set up for one thing. Damian Sandow beats the living shit out of Kofi, and it sets up for the return of R-Truth. Which makes me believe...
Which actually was kind of cool, because Sandow was outside the ring.
Yeah.
And Truth just comes running out and scoops him up and BAM! Brings him down the ground. He hit that ground pretty hard. He hit it.
It looks like it's going to set up for a possible return of... do they actually have a tag name?
I don't know. Boom Truth or some crazy...
Boom Truth?
Whatever it was.
He hit a really great scissor kick. Doesn't look like he's really missed a step at all.
Yeah.
He's probably
He did that like side kick thing that he does, and then he did his corkscrew scissor kick, which for a while they weren't letting him do.
No.
And I was really happy to see that because I love that move. He did it in TNA.
He does it and then corkscrews out of it, and it's really cool.
He did it in TNA, and I loved it there, and I'm glad that they let him
WWE ran a series of I think it was 4 vignettes for a new wrestler who's going to debut here soon. Now, I don't really know what to think of him all too much yet, because every time I see a promo for him, I think Disco Inferno.
He, formerly, you'd know him as Johnny Curtis, if you remember him.
Or the Man of 1,000 Gimmicks.
Now, he is...
Fandango! Disco Fever.
Which, I don't know, I mean... I'm intrigued to see, because I like Johnny Curtis, he's interesting, and I'm intrigued to see what he'll do with this. Apparently he really likes those weird gimmicks like that.
Yeah.
So
he does. That's why I say he's like the Man of 1,000 Gimmicks, because he likes gimmicks.
I'm interested to see what they do with this. If it'll become a joke, if he'll join up with Brodus Clay and Tensai,
right.
Or if he'll be a heel. I don't know what's going to happen.
They call themselves Dance America.
Dance Fever. They could be DDR. It could be Dance Revolution.
What's the Revolution? Tensai would be the Revolution.
The Revolution is them fighting against Weight Watchers.
The main event saw Kane taking on Randy Orton. And this is a good match. A lot of back and forth between the two. Mm-hmm. Kane showing a human side.
Yeah, showing some injuries, like an arm injury.
I
was very shocked to see that, because it's not something you see from Kane very often.
Wow.
So.
Orton picked up the win, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Well,
it's because D-Bry comes out after he specifically told Kane that he would not. He'd be a man of his word, and he wouldn't come out. He comes walking out to the ring, and Kane's like, "What are you doing?" And then he turns around, and an RKO from Randy Orton.
Well, the ending to the night got to see The Rock do The Rock's championship celebration. Now, I was very highly anticipating on
the
this.
Opening, though, you see the Lafayette marching band come down. And they're just playing a tune, nothing special, but whatever. And then they stop, and then they start playing The Rock's theme. Just like John Cena.
Thought the same thing.
It's like, you want to be different than John Cena? But you're going to take his ideas?
Well, at least he didn't drive through a fucking big wall of glass in a fucking Mustang.
That is true. Though that was kind of cool.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So The Rock comes down, cuts a promo. Phenomenal promo about the WWE Championship and how he's going to WrestleMania as the WWE Champion.
Holding his title, which I noticed this before he pointed it out. It was actually, the spinner was functional.
Yes! Yes,
Because I noticed that the WWE symbol was crooked.
Yep.
Like, that means that they unlocked it and allowed it to spin again.
Yep, and I was like, where are they going with this? And he's like, the only problem is, this title is 8 years old, yada yada yada, and it spins. Shh. He's like, the WWE title, the symbol of this company, should not be some toy. So I'm going to WrestleMania as the WWE champion. But not with this. And he just kind of hands it off. And then unveils the new WWE Championship, which actually, I looked at it a couple more times now. I kind of like it.
Here's a picture. I mean, what do you guys think?
I kind of like it. I mean,
yeah.
It's a nice title. For those of you who don't get to watch wrestling, I'm sorry. Oh, you should show them with the one with The Rock in the title.
Here's one with The Rock holding the title. Yeah.
Beefy piece of crap. And I don't mean the title.
I like that the title has like a black background.
I do.
That's one of the things I like the most about it. Because it's very reminiscent of the old WWE champ, the Undisputed one.
Yeah.
They had like the black behind the gold. That's what I like about it.
I'm really warming up to this title. Like, the first time I saw it, I instantly, you asked him, I texted him, and I was like, no. I was like, this title is not what I was expecting something like what TNA has, or what Ring of Honor has.
Yeah.
Something that was very, like, think ECW 07 title. That title was pretty. And I was like, that's what we need. We need a title that says, we're the WWE, and we're not going to take shit from anybody.
But don't fret, people. Yes, I know that there are 2 Brahma Bulls for side plates, and that kind of screams The Rock.
Yeah.
But don't worry, if you go to WWEshop.com, they're already selling the replicas, and they do have a normal WWE plate.
Almost $500.
Which probably means that
As soon
when
as
it
it
goes
gets
to the
dropped.
next person, it'll just change those side plates.
Now, John Cena comes out, and he's standing there staring at The Rock, all lazy-eyed freak show style, like. And as he's standing there, gets ready to say something, out of nowhere, here comes CM Punk with the spinner title, and goes, boom! And then points at The Rock and goes, I want that one.
Yeah, I want that one. Did you see that meme on Facebook? That was some pretty funny stuff. If you haven't seen it, look it up.
Now, in my opinion, I think what they need to do is take the WWE Championship, relock the little device that stops it from spinning. CM Punk needs to pick it up and be like, I'm the WWE Champion. I did not lose to The Rock. And then it needs to be him, Cena, Rock, WrestleMania. Winner takes the title. And then whoever doesn't win the shitty spinner title ships it back to Rob Van Dam, because he apparently liked that one because it spun.
That makes sense.
I wonder if Jack Swagger and Rob Van Dam are friends and share a joint over old wrestling stories.
Maybe they bought a replica spinner and they let it spin as they're high.
They're like, it spins. Look, Jack, a title you'll never have.
Well, that about wraps up our review for today.
It does. We hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Tune in. Make sure you catch up on all the other episodes of Off the Ropes.
Yeah, I mean, we have quite a few and we'd like more views. Please.
We would.
Tell your friends.
Hey,
All of
all
them.
you guys in Ireland, I'll buy you all a freaking stack of freaking potato pancakes if you tell your friends. I can go for a good potato pancake. I like potato pancakes. Actually, they're not called potato pancakes, though. They're called, yeah, I don't actually know what they're called. Ostino, what are they called? You know, the shredded potato, they make it in the form of like a potato pancake. And then
Hash brown?
Kind of. now you're being offensive.
Hey, you just described American hash brown patty to me. I'm just saying.
Listen to him. All about America.
That happens.
Can't support his Irish heritage.
We the people.
We the people!
Well, that's about it.
We the people!
We hope you join us next time
We the people!
on Off the Ropes
We the people!
with John and Josh.
We the people!
I am Josh.
We the people!
And this guy is John.
No, I'm not. I'm Taylor Made. Shane Taylor, I got your number.
All right.
No, I really don't. But I would text you and be like, we the people.
Peace out, everybody. And check us out next time.
Let's get it on!